o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Says you're live.
I'm live.
You're live.
4 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
I think we're live, y'all.
Hey, from Texas.
It's our first live. We'll wait for a few folks to come in. We're going to talk about some cruise and stuff. I got my readers on. They're probably going to...
I got mine on too. Can you see me?
They're probably going to reflect off the light. But I'm hoping. But I got to have them look down here at your comments. So y'all come on in.
She has to be able to see.
I don't know if y'all are as hot as we are.
Oh my goodness.
What is it right now, babe?
It's 106 degrees ambient temperature and feels like 108.
Oh, it is hot.
It's ridiculous.
Hot.
Yeah.
Looks like we have a few coming in. If y'all have questions as we're talking about whatever, this is for cruise in general questions. If y'all want to ask us anything, we've been on 16 cruise, coming up on our 17th. But this update specifically is about our lose it to cruise it, hashtag lose it to cruise it, weekly vlog. That's why we're here. So if you've seen that video, if you haven't seen that video, when we're done, I will link it down below, or you can take a break from the, put the live stream off to the side and at least see that video and you can watch it later. But we have some folks coming in. Say hey to everybody.
Hey, everybody. And by the way, my 2 children are laying on the floor behind me. So if they start barking, it's because somebody walked down their sidewalk.
Yes. That's what happens in lives.
They don't have,
You could have the Wagner pups. Very warm too. Oh,
yeah.
I think I need to turn off that fan. It's going to be loud.
Okay.
While folks are coming on in, I'm going to turn that fan off.
We have 2 4-legged fur baby pups. They both weigh 9 pounds, but the one boy thinks he's a 90-pound Rottweiler. He doesn't know. He has no idea.
Woo-hoo.
And he's a scaredy cat, the truth be known.
Oh, okay.
You better? Better?
I think we're better. Get all situated here.
All right.
Christopher Clarkson's here.
What's up, Chris? Welcome.
Thanks for the nice comments on Facebook. We are in, well, I am in, and JJ is too, several Facebook groups online, and we share our videos there. But we also just are there because I've been in those groups for years, and I just share the things that I know, share advice. I also go for questions. For instance, we're coming up on an Alaska cruise, and we're going to be in the Alaska group asking a lot of questions.
Lots of questions.
Because we've never been.
Never been.
But it's neat to see people on here that we see on Facebook too.
Absolutely.
So it's we're a few minutes in, so let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Welcome.
All
Things Wagner Sail Away crew.
Our first live stream.
Woohoo!
So be patient with us.
We're hoping that the equipment is all intact. Y'all tell us I'm down here on the comments watching y'all. If you can't hear or can't see something, please let us know. But without that, we're just gonna go. This is our first weekly vlog update of our lose it to cruise it effort. Good times. We have 90 days, exactly 90 days today. I'll take these off for now because I'm not reading yet. 90 days today before our next cruise. We, which is, you know where you're going?
I'm going to the ABC Islands. I hope you're going with me.
Yeah, that's where I'll be going. Explorer of the Seas,
Aruba,
Caribbean,
Bonaire, and Curacao.
Where do you start?
I started in Miami.
You started in Miami.
Yeah, that's a long.
You got to know that. We already have everything booked. Hotel. We're staying in a new hotel. Actually, it's like the Blue Lagoon Airport South.
Never been like there, that. But we're going to check it out.
Hilton Blue Lagoon Airport. Yeah, we have good luck with Hilton, Hampton Inn brands.
Thus far.
Usually Hampton Inn because they're less expensive. So we like.
I'm a Hampton Inn pillow and comforter kind of guy.
We like those brands.
Yep.
So we cruise in 90 days. We started our lose it to cruise it effort back. Well, I have my little outline here. I have in my little outline to tell y'all also our upcoming cruises, because this is a lifestyle for us, just like the healthy lifestyle needs to be for us. So we also have a lure out of Galveston.
April
Booked for
15th.
Look at Dad, he knows. See, he
Man.
knows where he's going. And then
I've read my homework.
what's the next one?
September. September. On Odyssey of the Seas.
Oh, nope.
Ovation.
Ovation of the Seas. He was so close.
I get a C for that one.
Ovation of the Seas. And that one is our first cruise to Alaska in September of 23.
Yeah.
So we were, if you saw our video on losing weight for a cruise, losing weight for vacation, we're hashtagging it, lose it to cruise it. We were up in our weight after COVID. We, everyone was stuck inside and not doing your usual activities and not going as much. And so a lot of us changed our health guidelines, our health lifestyles throughout COVID.
And I have to confess, I have a seafood problem.
C-S-E-E.
I like to eat.
S-E-E food problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were up, I was up 15 pounds, people. I'm 5'3". I'm kind of a squatty body. So 15 pounds for me is like 2 pant sizes. Ladies, you feel me. Since September, our cruise in September on Symphony was our first cruise back, and we felt pretty good. Kind of after COVID and the world opened back up, we got back in the swing of things a little bit. But since
not really,
you didn't really,
I
did more so.
Not really.
But since September, then I'm right back, to the usual sitting on the couch and eating pizza and watching Netflix. So
changing channels.
Yeah. So, and he's gained 10 pounds since September. So we started on this journey on June 15th. And
wow, that's just a month ago.
I know it was. Yeah, it goes fast. So we did a few things. We started back to the gym. We get up at 3:45. It's not fun. I'm not a morning person. He is a morning person. So I mentioned it to him and he was like, let's go. Let's do it.
I'm on it.
We're on it. So we get up at 3. Again, there were some clips of that misery on the last video. So we're at the gym, sitting in the parking lot, waiting for the doors to open at 4:30. Monday through Friday, alarm goes off at 3:45. We are doing weights. We do called resistance training. We weight train in the gym, and we do a little bit of cardio, like we warm up before, and then we do some cardio afterwards. And we're also tracking our food on MyFitnessPal. So that's an app on your phone. It's literally called.
It's really easy.
Really easy. Yeah, the app is on the Apple Store or wherever. So these are our stats. Okay. Woo! Hey, Jen's Life is here. Hi, JJ and Sherry. Hi, Jen. Welcome.
I'm JJ. She's Sherry.
And this is Jen. Jen's Life is here. Thanks for joining. And y'all ask any questions along the way too. We're just going to kind of tell you what we've experienced over this past week particularly, but since we started again to the gym, that ungodly hour at 3:15 in the morning. Good
time of day.
Yeah. So
you know what I love about that time of day? I don't know how many people get up that early.
Crazies aren't out.
The crazies are still at their house.
Sleeping.
I leave my house, I get in the car with my little wife, and we put down. There's nobody on the road, not a peep, no traffic, no. I can just enjoy a sip of coffee on the way to the gym, and we get to the gym,
peaceful. Walk
in the door, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, it's like an empty gym practically. There's one other couple who's always there out in the parking lot.
I love it.
So, okay, we're starting with Hay's, JJ's progress.
Hey.
Do you need your notes or do you know?
No, I don't know. What are my notes?
Don't know. You've lost in pounds overall since June 15th. Drum roll.
Wow, are you serious? 5.6 pounds.
That's what you told me. Am I serious? Are you serious?
Do you know how many donuts that is?
Oh, no. Listen, we're not going to talk about donuts. We can have a little donut here and there. What did we have, in fact, Friday evening for dinner?
Friday evening for dinner, I had what did I have? I can't remember. Oh, we shared some chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Parmesan.
So you don't have to start, again, don't starve yourself. You don't need to.
But we shared it.
Yeah, we shared one dish.
Normally I would eat the whole meal.
Shared one dish. Do you go to bed super early? Catherine Jones. Hi, Catherine.
Yes, she does.
Yes, I have to. I am an 8-hour girl. Seriously. What?
Folks.
I have to get my 8 hours in.
That's not true. She's
What?
like 9 hours.
Well, 9 makes me feel lovely. 8 hours will do.
Hey, I'm not hating. You got to do what you got to do.
Catherine, I totally noticed that if I'm not in bed, I don't have to necessarily be conked out by 8, but if I'm not in bed ready to be falling asleep, there was one morning I was so out of it. I took 2 caffeine pills.
It does.
Which is the equivalent of a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I take the little capsules, caffeine. They're like, again, 200 milligram. I take them, and I took 2 because I was particularly tired. What did I get? I got nauseous that morning. I got nauseous that morning because it was on an empty stomach.
This is not about our plan, but I got to tell you, we go to bed. Her head hits the pillow. 5 minutes out, she's out. She's done. Down for the count.
Usually.
My head hits the pillow. 30 minutes later, I'm thinking, why can't I go to sleep like that?
He's lying there. I'm not as good of doing that. The older I get, the worse I get at that.
Yeah, and I've never been 66 years old before, but I will be on Thursday.
You will be on Thursday.
Woo!
Okay. So going on with the progress. So yes, Catherine, we do. I go to bed at like 8. So we don't have any kids.
Nope.
We just have the 4-legged babies.
Yep.
And JJ's retired, and I'm the only one who works. So, I mean, he did 26 years, so he works. I'm the only one who works now. So I get home.
I started working before 40.
Yeah. We eat dinner, and I'm in bed. I'm in bed by 8.
Yes.
So, okay. So 5.6 pounds overall for JJ.
Yes.
And how much this week?
Oh, man. 1.6?
Woohoo. 1.6.
In a week.
Just this week.
In a week.
And what has happened with you in your notes? What has happened with you in the gym? Your weight.
I've got stronger. Look at that. Can you all see it?
What's your progress been in the gym?
I think I just hurt my bicep.
You just pulled something.
Oh, my goodness. The weights, the amount of weight that I'm lifting has gone up between 5 and 10 pounds on certain exercises, which is really a huge increase for me.
Which is good when you're eating less than usual.
Eating less than usual, it's just hard. Muscle memory. We used to go to the gym 5 days a week for quite a long time, and then we got away from it with COVID. So, the muscle memory comes back if you just keep working, pushing along, and it's been good. I mean, I have to tell you, it's pretty good for the old man's ego.
Because your friend at breakfast the other morning?
My friend at breakfast the other morning, he's a Marine Corps veteran. Yes, we do make fun of various branches of the military, so don't let me hurt your feelings.
Among each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Chair Force, and he's Marine Corps. He said, JJ, you're losing some weight. I went,
a guy friend, ladies. Us ladies, like, we will comment on it. We will tell each other, hey, girl, I noticed you're looking good. Guys don't usually do that. So he was like, hey, I have something for our progress notes. My guy friend, his name's Tim, told us, ask him about his weight loss.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's something. Okay. Now we go to Sherry. Since June 15th, I have lost 3.8 pounds overall.
That's good for you.
Pretty good. That's almost a pound a week.
That is.
For a semi-small female.
It is harder for women to lose weight than it is for men. I'm just going to put it right out there.
Generally because we have less muscle, which is why the weight room is so important. Yay. Especially as we get older. Yeah. But more importantly, let's see. Chris said, that's awesome, JJ. Keep up the great job.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Boom.
It feels good. More importantly, inch-wise, I am down 1/2 inch in my waist and 1/4 inch in my hips. So that's all I measure because that's where I hold my weight. A little badunkabunk in the trunk. That's where I carry it all. So that's where I measure my waist and my hips.
Oh, you so bad.
And this week, I'm the same as JJ. I was 1.6 pounds down.
Boom.
Yeah. So we felt good about that. Also, things that we don't notice because sometimes we don't track it as often.
Give me a drink.
You know what happened with this? Goes off and on.
Oh, yeah.
Much easier.
Yeah.
I was having to lick my finger to get my wedding set off and on because my finger, everything gets bigger when you gain weight. Everything gets bigger. And he mentioned this morning, he said, my wedding set goes off and on easier too. Now, if I eat like salt,
I get blown up.
Yeah, with
I blow up.
sodium, it comes up a little bit. But that's another non-scale victory that people talk about. Okay, so, and I also went up in weight in the gym on 4 different moves. So that's
Get it, Sherry.
That's a really good feeling. So we thought we would
Sometimes she makes me look bad. I have to go to the other side of the gym
I don't play.
Who is that hot blonde?
Don't play.
Who's that hot blonde over there?
I'll get in there and lift heavy and move on.
Yeah.
And I sweat like a 14-year-old boy too.
Yeah, she does.
He doesn't hardly sweat. I'm like, you're not really working out if you're not sweating. Because I sweat. I do it. Okay. Some of the experts, we wanted to tell y'all some of the experts we follow. We also obviously wanted to open this up to cruise questions. Because that's why we're doing this. And I know that our audience are cruisers and we have that love in common.
Yes.
So if y'all want to start with the cruise questions, that's great. We're going to share some of the experts that we follow for health and fitness. And I will also link them below after the live stream is over.
We are here for you. Bottom line.
Okay, so one of the experts that I love is Dr. Layne Norton. It's Layne.
Yeah.
Norton. He is a BS in biochemistry and a PhD in nutritional sciences, and
Layne Norton.
Is a professional natural, and I mean like no steroids.
No roids.
That's what we mean by natural.
No roids.
Bodybuilder. So, and his wife, her name is Holly Baxter. She has a bachelor's in food science and a master's in dietetics is what we call here. She's from Australia. It's what we call here in the States a registered dietitian. They have a website that's biolayne, BIOLAYNE. But he has an amazing YouTube channel. And this is the most important thing to me because I kind of told y'all in the previous video that my background's in my degree required me to do a lot of research. And so I appreciate the research aspect. And unless someone can back up what they're telling me, like, oh, you should do this in the gym or you should do this with your nutrition. And I'm like, has there been any research on it?
That's like my boy's Jeff Cavaliere's video yesterday.
That's another expert we follow. I'll talk about him.
Remember
Yeah, he's being silly with all these myths.
The 5 rules.
Yeah, with all these myths. But unless, I want to know if you're asking me to do, if you're telling me this is going to work, I'm like, okay, has anyone ever tested it out?
It's always followed by, I guarantee it.
You're right. If they're trying to sell something.
Not going to work.
I guarantee it if they're trying to sell something. But so Dr. Layne Norton and his wife, Holly Baxter, are really good. Again, biolayne is their amazing YouTube channel. Just about any question you could ask about health and fitness. Calories, or do calories matter? What about keto? What about intermittent fasting?
Macronutrients.
Yes, all those different kinds of diets and energy balance and how should I work out, all that. It's on his website.
He can keep it as simple or get as deep as you want to.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, PhD in nutritional sciences. Yeah, come on, folks. Okay, so Christopher says, I have my elder mother with me watching you all too. Hey, Mom.
Mom,
woo-hoo!
What's up?
She wants to know if you use the health weight gym on the cruise ship as well. Mom, when we are in the lifestyle.
Can I just.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, though.
You're on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
And as Sherry has already indicated, if we are in the mindset and because COVID just knocked me completely out of the ballpark. I'm going to tell you the truth. Once my head is out of the game, I'm on the couch with the remote, man, ordering me some pizza, just having a good time.
But every gym every cruise ship we've been on has amazing
They have amazing gyms and great equipment.
They have quite a few a lot of cardio equipment and the weight area. And usually more of a CrossFit area where you could do, some other things. So definitely if you want to maintain your healthy fit schedule, go try the gym.
Go check it out.
Absolutely.
Well worth it.
Yeah. In fact, on Adventure, was it Symphony or Wonder? I'll post our vlogs down below of the cruises since the restart. We've been on Symphony in September, and then we went on Adventure in January, and Wonder was in April. And I think it was Wonder. We did an entire gym tour.
Yeah.
And spa.
And remember, Wonder's, it's new this year.
It's the biggest. Yeah. Biggest ship in the world. His phone thought we said
My wife's name is Sherry.
Still working.
I'm not
calling
saying Siri.
Thank you.
So, Mom, yes, if you want to go to the gym on the cruise ship, it's a great opportunity. They also, most of the ships have tracks, walking tracks, jogging tracks, and people know they have signs, like stay to the left if you need to move, and get to the right and let people pass you on the left. It's great that early morning time we were talking about when we go to the gym in the morning, getting up at like 6. And I know it's your vacation, but if you're an early riser anyway, get up at 6, watch the sunrise coming up across the ocean. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Yeah.
And the Oasis class ships, the walking track is on deck 5, so you're close to the water, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's instead of up top.
Catherine Jones says, are gym classes on Royal usually included in the price, or are they extra? It depends.
It depends.
Yeah, some of them, and they'll be on your app or your Cruise Compass. Some of them are free. I hate to say this, but I'm going to be honest with you because that's what we're all about. Most of the time, if they're free, they may try to sell you some service.
It's a side hustle.
Yeah, well, for the cruise line.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm saying there's a side hustle.
They're there to make money.
Yeah, it's a retail business, man.
Yeah.
They're there to capture
but
your
it
wallet.
will say on the app or on your Cruise Compass, it will have a little $sign.
Right.
So if the class costs extra, then it will say, AB Vitality in the morning to, $1 sign or whatever.
Correct.
So you'll know it costs going up front.
Correct. But that's a good question.
Absolutely. And some of them are free. It's just like going to what are those? Oh, timeshare. It's like going to a timeshare meeting. If in the end, I don't care. I'm not buying nothing.
Right.
I'm gonna get what they're selling for free. I'm gonna get the free part, and I'm gonna say no, thank you, and walk out.
I'm the sucker. I want to sit and hear the whole thing.
He's really not a sucker.
I'm not really.
Okay, so back to our experts, and again, y'all, chime in with your questions. I'll keep a track on them. The next expert that we like to follow, his name is Mike Matthews, and his YouTube channel is Muscle for Life. It's Muscle for Life with Mike Matthews. That's Matthews and just Mike, Mike Matthews. He his website is actually what I want to brag about. It's called Legion Athletics, Legion Athletics, and it's a blog. So it's written articles. I'm telling you, any question that you're asking that you want the research sites to, that you actually care if someone's done some evidence-based research, right? To tell you this is the answer to this question, and here's why. They did 15 studies on 200 people, and half men, half women, whatever. To tell you about the study, he has the links. When he answers the question, you can click on the link. So you can trust people like that who are evidence-based, and that means, guess what? They'll change their opinion if the science changes.
If the science changes,
we've gone crazy with science this year.
That's a new buzzword.
Over COVID, yeah. But notwithstanding that, people who do the research is who I appreciate and will listen to. So Mike Matthews.
By the way, in the interest of complete transparency, I am vaxxed and double boosted because I have a heart condition.
His doctors told him.
So the doctors who have been taking care of me for decades
said get a vax.
Said get it.
So yeah.
The military brat, the veteran, former law enforcement guy, I follow the rules. She says do it, I do it.
And as y'all know, because you're cruisers, you got to be vaxxed to cruise anyway.
You have to be.
Yeah.
So.
I have heard. Update. You want to do your little...
Fresh off the press.
He loves to do that sound. I have been reading, and if you are on your Facebook groups, you might have too, that the August protocols that are coming out for Royal Caribbean specifically do not have the pre-cruise testing in them. See, all of you people who stayed this long on the live.
You learned some good news.
Got a little secret going on here. So maybe, possibly, the pre-cruise testing might be going away.
That's the good news. Now, there is a little bit of a downside to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is?
Yes.
100% capacity is coming back.
Yeah.
And some folks are like, wow, I forgot what 100% capacity looks like.
How full these ships can
I
get.
can't get a deck chair at the pool.
Yeah.
That's because you got a bunch of cheaters out there laying their towels down
chair hogs.
and going back and taking a nap after breakfast, and they come down before lunch.
But we're so grateful we're talking about chair hogs again instead of talking about when are we going to cruise again.
Exactly. Or am I going to have to get another vaccine?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, really. We surely don't want to be talking about that again.
It's all good.
So the next expert that we like, his name is Jordan Syatt, Syatt. He's a strength and nutrition coach, strength and conditioning, actually, and he holds several world record powerlifting records in powerlifting for, it says world record is what his bio says. But he's seriously just like normal people, everyday life. How do you live a healthy life? And if you need to lose some weight, here's how to do it.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. Here's what the research says. So He's really good. His YouTube channel is Jordan, Jordan, Syatt, Syatt. He's a real good one. JJ mentioned AthleneX. He really likes that channel.
Jeff Cavaliere.
Yeah, he is a certified strength and conditioning specialist, a bachelor's of science in, I can't even say this word, people, physio neurobiology and pre-med.
He's another smart one.
And a master's degree in physical therapy. He was the head physical therapist and assistant strength coach for the New York Mets.
And
during several championship years.
And he was a pitching coach.
Yeah.
For the New York Mets.
And you think he was a pitcher or just the pitching coach?
He was a pitcher, but he was a pitching coach for the Mets.
But his channel is AthleneX, AthleneX. That's his YouTube channel. He has a website too. AthleneX. And he's really good because, form matters. We're getting old. If you're getting old, if Chris's mom is still out there, she knows.
Go, Mom.
And all the rest of us, even, in our 50s and 60s, we know if you can stay strong and do the right things in the gym, then you can keep working out.
Yeah.
Frank. Hi, Frank. Frank Carone in the house. Up? Oh, Frank's so sweet. Everyone's seeing him. Trust me, you do not need to lose weight. You guys are perfect.
Well, I'm not perfect, but
we're trying.
I don't want to get kicked to the curb.
He's stuck with me. He's got a contract. He's stuck with me.
Hey, 25 years in November.
He can. I know. You can't get rid of me now.
25 years.
So, and then our last, the last couple ones, I also like, it's a podcast, actually. I drive to work, I have a 40-minute drive back and forth to work. And so I listen to podcasts sometimes, and Half Size Me, literally half Size Me. Heather Robertson is her name. She lost 170 pounds.
Whoa.
But the bigger thing is she's maintained it for 10 years.
That's the key.
And again, she's not a competitor or anything. She's just a mom of 3, actually. And again, she was 170 pounds heavier than she is now.
She's a mom of 3?
3 boys.
My mother raised 3 boys. She got to be a warrior to do that.
Yeah, seriously, 3 boys.
Yeah.
And she did not want her boys to, experience the same problems with food their entire lives as she did. She lost 170 pounds. So she has this Half Size Me podcast. The podcast is free. The resources on her website, some of those are free. Really, I just enjoy the podcast because she does interviews, like coaching calls, and it's just regular, everyday people, men and women. It's mostly women, but she talks to men. She coaches men too, and just practical, everyday how-to guidance for losing weight and getting fit.
Right.
So I really like her. For free workouts, free workouts. We have worked with trainers in the past, and we really appreciate that, and we got good results from that.
We did.
But, we can't always afford that. And some people can never afford it. So
trainer or cruise? I'm cruising.
Right.
Okay. I'm cruising.
Yeah. So for free workouts, you can go to muscleandstrength.com. Exactly. The words just like they're spelled, the word and spelled out, muscleandstrength.com. And you can filter by gender and goal and full body or body part splits in the gym,
specific
number of days per week you want to work out, and just get your free gym workouts there.
And go back to Jeff Cavaliere.
Okay.
He too has exercise programs that he builds for people. They do cost. However, his YouTube channel, I use routinely.
It's free.
I use routinely. In fact, when I'm at the gym, I'm plugged in with my earbuds and I'm watching videos on specific exercises that I need to work on, and it's free.
And you need a reminder of the form.
The form is critical.
Because again, Masters in Physical Therapy, that's what he's talking about. He's like, don't do this, you're going to hurt yourself.
And we as men, or I'll just speak for myself, I'm not going to speak for y'all. I, as a guy, especially now that I'm getting up in age, I see the young guys coming into the gym, lifting the weight that they're lifting, and I feel compelled to keep up with them because I want to run with the big dogs instead of sitting on the porch with the puppies. Well, you can't do that anymore. Okay, work smarter, not harder. Jeff stresses that all the time. He's not concerned about necessarily the amount of weight that somebody's working out with. The form is critical. So just be safe when you're going.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yep.
So cruising questions. We've had a few kind of mixed in with health and cruising questions. We'll see how this live goes, and we'll decide whether we want to keep doing lives. But this was our first live, so we're really glad.
So thank you for joining us on our first.
We're really glad that it went well. We do plan on going live during sail-aways. We tried to do that on Wonder.
That didn't work out so well.
Oh, it was, well, the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi was a problem.
I was out on the wing out from the solarium on Wonder.
Yeah,
and
above the bridge.
Yeah, I turned on the live and I was like, hey, everybody. And I did an aerial view of everyone partying out on the wing. And then no Wi-Fi, cut off. Bummer. But we intend to do the lives from the cruise ships. So that'll be interesting. And just like this one, we'll post and we'll tell you that we're going.
Give you some heads up.
Yeah. Chris says, my mother says, we thank you and we appreciate it. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Chris. Unless there's cruise questions, we're open. Again, for those who may have just be coming in, we have heard that the August protocols for Royal Caribbean do not include pre-cruise testing. So we're
celebrating
that. We're all praying and hoping that continues and spreads to other cruise lines and all sailings. If you're cruising in the near future, put in the comments and tell us even after this live, if you're watching it afterwards, tell in the comments tell us if your protocols include the pre-cruise test or not.
Yes, update us.
Yeah, because that would be exciting. We of course don't have our protocols out for October yet.
We're still 90 days.
Yeah, but I'm excited about that. And Alaska's coming up. That's a year away though for us. Yeah. We're doing Allure out of Galveston. If you don't know, the Galveston cruise port is Royal's building a huge new terminal
for Oasis class ships
at Galveston. Yeah, so the big, huge ships can come in to port. And so if you've been interested in cruising on an Oasis class ship, because if you don't cruise Royal very often and have never been on Oasis, they're crazy. I mean, watch our Wonder video. Or a Symphony
or
video.
The Symphony.
Yeah. They are.
Or the Allure.
They're literally cities on the ocean, small cities. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're talking over 8,000 people.
There's a lot to do. On an Oasis class ship.
Yeah, what was the name of the cookie?
Yeah, Frank's giving us thumbs up. Outstanding news about the testing possibly going away.
Yes.
What about the cookie? He says cookie.
Playmakers.
Cookie?
Oasis class ships would
the restaurants.
The Playmakers. They had the I call it death by cookie.
Campfire cookies.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But these Oasis class ships have a boardwalk area with like a full size carousel.
You gonna link below?
Yes, I'll link all of our vlogs below so you can watch all of them.
Excellent.
So yeah. Cruising. I think we're just about done.
Anybody else out there?
Frank says my next cruise will be on an Oasis. I love Royal Caribbean.
Frank, which ship is it going to be? Let us know.
Oasis class. Seriously, y'all who haven't done Oasis class ships.
What's he say?
Who haven't done Oasis class ships, get on one. And again, if you're close to Galveston, or maybe you're closer to Galveston than you are to Florida or somewhere else sailing, and you can drive to Galveston, the Allure is coming in November this year, 22. And she'll be there all next year. And then Harmony comes the end of 23.
Right.
So again, they'll have two.
We have not cruised.
I don't know if they're switching out. Do you know if they're switching out each other?
I would imagine it probably will depend on how much business they get in Galveston and
Allure.
where else they might be able to send a ship. Because remember, they are for-profit businesses. So,
absolutely. Got to make that big Oasis class ship worth it.
If you want them to come to Texas, you got to support them.
Yeah. So, but the Allure, again, is going to be there starting November of 22. And then Harmony comes in the fall of 23.
What Frank say?
Get on a big. He said we live in Ohio and we go to Florida. Yeah, you got to fly.
Right.
We fly to Florida too, Frank. I mean, we're flying to Miami in October.
I love the Miami port.
It's just part of it, and we fly Southwest.
Southwest Airlines.
Because one is cheaper.
And no, they're not sponsoring
fees.
our
We're
channel.
not sponsoring.
I wish they were.
I know.
I would love it.
Let's check into getting a Southwest sponsorship.
Please. If any of y'all out there work for Southwest and can get us on a hookup.
Get us a hook up with a sponsorship. No, we fly Southwest, no baggage fees. It's that automatically makes it cheaper.
Yep.
And we find it really is cheaper. And we just like going to Love Field here in Dallas. The airports that Southwest are at seems to be smaller and I don't know, less hassle than the big ones. So
although they do fly into some big ones that can be a hassle.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
So some changes coming with cruising. It looks like the CEO, Michael Bailey of Royal Caribbean, recently was asked, and y'all have probably seen this online too. He was recently asked, what's changing about pre-cruise testing, and he said, "Yeah, maybe a couple more months, something like that." That he was quoted, and some of the other cruise news channels have talked about it. He didn't want to get specific.
He didn't want to let the cat out of the bag.
Let's just hope that that's going away soon. Right. If you are still cruising and need a test, keep in mind that Walgreens and CVS supposedly are now charging because the federal funding for free tests, we all know the taxpayers are paying for it, right. But no cost at the time tests for COVID tests has ended. So I've read up to $129 at Walgreens for a COVID test. So do not forget about the home test kits that are proctored, that are like FaceTime, someone watching you take the test.
Who did we buy ours from?
eMed. We bought them directly from the link on the Royal Caribbean website.
Yep.
And those are easy peasy. You do those at home yourself or in your hotel room. So if you have a crazy kind of schedule, I know that Wonder is over in Barcelona, Spain right now. So people are, going halfway across the world and they're like, I'm going to have to be there 2 days before. And how do I get my test and all? Home test kit. Frank said, I'm concerned about the rising uptick in COVID cases a little bit, except it is really good news, Frank, that more people are vaccinated. And so the symptoms are more like a cold. We had several friends. I sang at a wedding, in 21 of a friend of ours who died of COVID. I mean, I sang at a funeral. I'm so sorry. At his funeral, not his wedding. Yeah. When he passed from COVID.
Right.
So we know that before, like when it was really bad and symptoms were bad. So we're not downgrading the effects of COVID, but now these strains that are passing around do seem to just be cold symptoms.
Yeah. And be smart. I've never washed my hands so much in my life.
Right. And we wore masks when we needed to. When they made us, we wore masks.
Yeah, I'm a rule follower. If they say, you want to cruise, you got to wear a mask. You want to fly, you want to wear a mask. I'm wearing a mask. I don't argue with them. We just do it. Just do it.
So, and a lot of y'all too who are going to be watching this later had friends pass. So we're definitely not saying that COVID was not a big deal or still cannot be a big deal, especially to people who are not vaccinated. And there's different opinions on that too. And again, we're not doctors. We're not physical trainers. Nope. We just know people who are.
I had a couple of friends with a PD that are retired that died of COVID.
Yes.
So healthy people.
Yeah. It's not fun, but vaccination helps. And of course, again, if you're cruising, you're vaccinated. So you're already a step ahead.
Be smart.
Otherwise, you're quarantining on the cruise ship still. Matt Hochberg from Royal Caribbean blog, he tested positive. And so he has a blog about that. It was towards the end of the cruise and he had a 2-bedroom suite with him and his family. I think he has maybe 2 kids, at least 1 kid, maybe 2. And so they just allowed him to stay on the cruise ship while he quarantined. And they allowed his family to stay in the same room because it was close to the end of the cruise, but 2, because they could separate. He could literally quarantine in the 2nd bedroom of his suite.
Right.
So, but not everyone has that. But another story I just read online was a person who got to stay in their cabin. It was our friend. We had a friend who Ken and his wife.
Ken. Oh, from work.
Yes.
Okay.
He tested positive on his cruise and he got to stay in his cabin. And it was towards the beginning of the cruise. It was like day 2 or 3. So, and again, they had cold symptoms. His wife, I'm not sure, ever tested positive. But they told her that she could go out and do things around the ship as long as she wore a mask, and she just chose to quarantine with her hubby in the cabin. I'm not sure I would do that. I think I would probably.
I'll see you when we get home.
I think I would probably go out and play and come back and take care of you after I played. But
see you when you get home.
Yeah. Anyway, so Chris.
Did Frank say he's from Ohio?
Yeah, he said we live in Ohio and we fly to Florida. Chris said washy.
Washy.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, I do it more now than I ever have because I think about it.
Yeah,
I think about it. You know, when you're touching things and you're going around and you're shaking hands with people
But masks are off on the ships. Everybody knows that.
Right.
No more masks on ships, even for the little kids. If you haven't cruised with little kids, because they still had the little kids. I know. Don't get started. He's like, don't get started on the science. They had the little kids in the Adventure Ocean still masking up. That's gone even. So that's good news for your littles cruising.
Frank, you're my neighbor over there in Ohio. I'm a native-born Pennsylvanian guy. So,
PA.
Yeah. Danville, PA,
Yep.
if you know where Danville is.
Okay, so we're going to end it here today, our first live, and we appreciate you being with us. But in the comments below, if you're watching this later on after the live stream, ask your cruise questions,
Please.
Ask your fitness questions.
Please.
Again, we're not doctors and we're not personal trainers, but as you can see from the photos from our prior video, we figured out we know how to lose weight and maintain muscle. Or even build muscle. And we follow these experts that we mentioned. I will link all of those experts' website, their names down below too in the description box. So
thank you for joining us.
We're out. Be blessed.
Peace.